Hey, my name is Jackson Rushing, and I'll be telling you about the love children's story, Corduroy by Don Freeman, and I'll also be telling you about Don Freeman's life. The children's story, Corduroy, takes place in the toy section of a department store in a mall, and follows a teddy bear who wears green corduroy overalls and has one dream in life. That dream is to have a home and be loved by someone. Each day, he is passed up by many kids who favor other toys in the mall. One day, he spots a girl and her mother who are shopping. The girl comes across Corduroy, and she tells her mother that he's the perfect teddy bear and all that she had been looking for. Her mother tells her that they had already spent too much money that day and that they would have to come back another time. The mother also points out that Corduroy had a missing button. Corduroy was saddened by this, and that night he made his personal mission to find the missing button so that they would come get him later. Corduroy searched all over the mall for his missing button. He discovered escalators in a furniture store that had lamps, couches, and mattresses, and he claimed that it was a fortress made for royalty. While Corduroy was there, he found a couch that had buttons all over it, and he picked up one thinking it was his, and he mistakenly knocked over a lamp whenever he lost his footing on the couch. This caught the attention of the security guard, who came to investigate. Corduroy hid under a comforter on one of the mattresses from the security guard, but the security guard found him and returned him to the toy section of the department store. Corduroy was saddened by this because this put him back where he started at square one. Corduroy, devastated by what had happened, had given up on finding the button. The next day, the little girl and her mother came back to shop. The little girl found Corduroy and told him that she had all her savings saved up and that she would bring him home to come live with her. Corduroy was so happy. Corduroy went home with the girl, and she said that he was perfect, but she was still going to give him a button anyways for his own comfort. Don Freeman was born August 11th, 1908 in San Diego, California. According to Elizabeth D. Schaefer, Don Freeman, Salem Press Biography Encyclopedia, Don Freeman grew up with his mother and father who were merchants in California. After his mother's death, Don Freeman went to live with his brother and the woman who took care of him. Don Freeman and his brother were often visited by their father, and Don Freeman took up a love for the arts, music, and theater. Don Freeman's father encouraged his love for the arts so much that Don Freeman attended an art school, and then he went on to a regular high school. After he graduated from Wisconsin, he moved to New York City and worked for tribunes and magazines, and even created murals around the city and made a living playing his trumpet. He lived there with his wife that he met at college during the Great Depression. Later on, Don Freeman went to the war, and during his time there, he drew many depictions of what he had seen day to day. Don Freeman, later after the war, went back to Santa Barbara, California, where he moved with his wife. And that's whenever they decided that they were going to write more children's stories. But at this time, unlike when they lived in New York City, they were going to publish them.